The list of the 7-member panel to sit on the judgment between Tinubu, Atiku, and Peter Obi consists of 5 male and 2 females. They include Justices Wba Aji, Emmanuel Agim, Lawal Garba, Helen M. Ogunwumiju, Ibrahim Musa Salawa, Adamu Jauro, and Tijani Abubakar. The judgment is set for today, October 26, 2023. Let's take a look at one at a time. Wani Musa Abba Aji. Justice Wani Musa Abba Aji was born on November 7, 1956 in Gashau, Yobe State. She attended Central Primary School, Gashau, and Government Girls Secondary School, Maiduguri, for her primary and secondary education between 1961 and 1972. She obtained a diploma in law from the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria in 1976 and subsequently an LLB from the same institution in 1980. She was called to bar in 1981 and commenced her career as state consul in 1982. Prior to holding this position, however, she was a Chief Magistrate 2 in 1989, Chief Magistrate 1 in 1991, and Chief Registrar in November 1991. She was appointed High Court Judge of the Yobe State Judiciary in December 1991, making her the first female judge at Yobe State Judiciary, a position she held until July 2004 when she was elevated to the Court of Appeal. Before her elevation to the Supreme Court on January 8, 2019, her lordship was the presiding justice, Court of Appeal, Kaduna Division, a position she held for 4 years. The next judge sitting on this judgment billed for today, October 26, 2023, is Emmanuel Akumaye Agim. Justice Emmanuel Agim was born on April 26, 1960 in Obudu, Cross River State. He obtained his first degree LLB at University of Calabar, then BL from the Nigerian Law School, Lagos, and subsequently LLM from the University of Wolverhampton, United Kingdom. After serving as President of the Court of Appeal of the Gambia and 3 years as Chief Justice of the Gambia, Justice Agim was later sworn in as a Justice of the Supreme Court of Swaziland on May 2, 2012, where he served in the first all-black bench in the history of Swaziland and her sister countries Botswana and Lesotho. On November 5, 2012, he was sworn in as a Justice of the Court of Appeal of Nigeria by the then Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Aloma Mariam Mukhtar. In October 2019, he was elevated to the Supreme Court of Nigeria. The next judge on the 7-man panel for today's judgment is Mohammed Lawal Garba. Mohammed Lawal Garba was born on November 16, 1958. He hails from Gusau local government area of Zamfara State. He attended Ahmadu Bello University, ABU Zaria from 1977 to 1980. Nigerian Law School, Lagos from 1980 to 1981, and the Nigerian Institute of Advanced Legal Studies, Akoka, Lagos in 1989. He was called to the bar in 1981. Justice Garba served as magistrate in the Sokoto State Judiciary from 1982 to 1986. Deputy Registrar, High Court of Justice, Sokoto State from 1989 to 1991, and appointed Solicitor General, Director General, Ministry of Justice, Sokoto State from 1991 to 1993. He was then appointed a Judge of the High Court of Justice, Sokoto State from 1993 to 1996. He served as the Chief Judge, High Court of Justice, Zamfara State from 1996 to 2004. In 2004, Justice Garba was elevated to the Court of Appeal and served as various times as the presiding justice at Abuja, Calabar, Port Harcourt, and Lagos divisions of the court from 2010 to 2020. Justice Garba was the judge who led the 5-man Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, which heard and dismissed the petition filed by the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, challenging the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari at the 2019 poll. He was elevated to the Supreme Court on November 6, 2020. The next judge on the 7-man panel is Helen Moronkeji Ogunwumiju. Justice Helen was born on March 23, 1957. She hails from Ondo State. She attended the University of Lagos in 1977, where she bagged her LLB. She was called to bar in 1978. Justice Helen was appointed a Chief Magistrate Grade 1 in Oyo State in 1991. She equally served as the Chief Magistrate in Ibadan, Ile-Ife, Erua Ibora and Oyo Magisterial Districts, she was appointed a judge of the High Court of Ondo State in November 1998. She was a member of the Election Petition Tribunal, Taraba State in 2003. Justice Ogumumiju was elevated to the Court of Appeal in November 2005 and served at the Court of Appeal in Ilorin, Benin, Owerri, Lagos, and Enugu divisions. She presided over the Benin and Enugu divisions of the court. On November 6, 2020, she was elevated to the Supreme Court. The next justice on the 7-man panel that would deliver judgment in the disputed presidential election in Nigeria is Ibrahim Musa Salawa. He was born on September 29th, 1956 in the ancient city of Katsina, Katsina State. He attended both primary and secondary schools in Katsina from 1965 to 1976. He proceeded to the prestigious Bayero University, Kano in September 1977 and graduated in June 1981 with a Bachelor of Law degree. In the same year, he proceeded to the Nigerian Law School, Lagos, and was eventually called to bar on July 2nd, 1982. Salawa was a Chief Magistrate, Katsina State Judiciary from 1987 to 1991, Deputy Chief Registrar, Court of Appeal, Lagos 1991 to 1994, and a High Court Judge, Katsina State Judiciary from 1994 to 2006. Justice Salawa was elevated to the Court of Appeal of Nigeria on June 10, 2006. He served in the Calabar, Ilorin, and Port Harcourt divisions of the Court of Appeal as presiding justice. He was elevated to the Supreme Court on November 10, 2020. The next judge on the 7-man panel to deliver judgment on the disputed 2023 Nigerian election is Tijani Abubakar. Justice Tijani was born on April 15, 1960 and is a native of Basa, local government area of Yobe State. He attended Gashua Central Primary School for his primary school education and Government Secondary School Gashua for his secondary education. Later, he attended the School of Basic Science, University of Maiduguri. He attended the University of Maiduguri where he studied law and graduated in 1982. After graduating from the Nigerian Law School, Abubakar was called to the bar in 1983. Justice Abubakar worked as Attorney General, Permanent Secretary, and Commissioner for Justice of Yobe State at various times. After that, he went into private practice and set up his own law firm known as Tijani Abubakar & Co. In 2004, Abubakar returned to public practice with his appointment as a judge of the Federal High Court. In 2012, he was appointed as Justice of the Court of Appeal. He was serving at the Lagos Division when he was appointed as one of the Justices of the Supreme Court in 2020. The next is Adamu Jauro. Adamu Jauro was born on June 26, 1959. He hails from Gombe State. He attended Central Primary School Gombe, Government Secondary School Bauchi, and the School of Basic Science Zaria. Then in 1980, he studied law at the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria where he bagged his LLB. Justice Jauro holds a master's degree in law from the University of Jos. He also has a certificate from the Institute of Advanced Legal Studies. After he was called to bar, Jauro worked with the Ministry of Justice in 1983. He was promoted as Director of Public Prosecution. He served in various capacities before being appointed as a judge of the Gombe State Judiciary, where he served till 2007. In 2007, he was promoted to the Court of Appeal and served in Jos, Lagos, Yola, Ibadan, and Port Harcourt. In November 2020, he was elevated to the Supreme Court bench. These are fine gentlemen in their own right, having served Nigeria in different capacities in the last 20 to 50 years. But then there's something I noticed in the number of judges. Did you notice that the composition of the 7-member panel indeed violate our constitutional requirement on federal character and quota system? A close look shows that there are 5 Muslim judges from the Islamic North against 2 Christian judges from the southern parts of the country. This indeed raises some basic questions. What this means is that if the 5 Islamic judges decide to form a quorum, then it's over. Make do what you will with that information. But fingers crossed, you never know until it is done. Even though there have been some huge eyebrows raised about the timing of this judgment, the Supreme Court at first said they were going to deliver judgment on the 2nd of November. But in a shocking turn of events, they brought it forward to the 26th. So many persons have stated that the reason why the Supreme Court brought it forward was because they don't want to run out of time, because there are pending documents that the Federal Bureau of Intelligence in the United States wants to release against President Tinubu. And so, in order to get this done with, they had to make sure that they deliver judgment that will favor the president. So no matter what happens, when the documents are released, the documents are made public by the FBI, it will be too late to call. But then these are all speculations. Our fingers are crossed and you never know. So drop your comments and tell us what you think on this latest development. We'd always love to hear from you. Please don't forget to subscribe on this channel for content like this. Thank you for watching.